Hello guys, greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mukha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. As you can see, I'm not alone in this video. I have beautiful Alesya in the lovely new dress today with me. And today we are doing something really not ordinary, something really unusual and not typical for our channel. We have received so many questions and requests from our dear subscribers whom we love dearly. All of you guys, they were asking us to share our opinion, to comment some videos that were made by other bloggers, YouTubers. To be honest, we were quite hesitant how to do it in the best way. Should we answer the questions in our video? Should we refer to that video? And we have decided to do it in the most easiest, in our opinion, way. We will watch the video. The video is called Why Young Western Men Should Move to Ukraine. It has about 80,000 views and lots of comments. And the majority of our subscribers have sent us the link to this exact video, asking to share our opinion. So together with our psychologist Alesya, we will watch it and we will comment. I hope you will enjoy this new format. Please share your thoughts with us, your ideas in the comments below this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to like it. And like this video, you can do it right now. So let's start, let's do it.
There's this guy I met at the New York meetup back in January, a guy called Peter. Great guy, an airline pilot. And because he's an airline pilot, he was able to fly out here to Kharkov in Ukraine, and we hung out. Yeah, terrific guy. Just salt of the earth. We hit it off. We had a great time. Anyway, the point is, see, he came out here, and he was here just for a few days, and he met a ton of girls. Yeah. I mean, he was making the effort, of course. He went out there, he put himself out there, you know, and a couple of times I was his wingman, you know, and talking up different girls and what have you. And yeah, he's a fairly good-looking guy, well, kind of good-looking, I guess. I'm teasing Peter. But he was an all-right-looking guy, you know, he had a little bit of game, you know, and he met some nice girls, yeah. He got some addresses, he got some numbers, he got second dates, you know, and he was here just for a few days, right? And it got me thinking, yeah, that more guys in the West should come out here to the Ukraine. Yeah.
Alesya, my question to you. Do you think it would be easy for an English-speaking, let's say, American guy to just travel to Ukraine and meet ladies in the streets?
This is not so easy as it can be, as it seems to be, because I interview a lot of ladies and I know that ladies who even open to date a foreigner, they won't acquaint with them on the streets.
They are afraid that it's like he's a sex tourist,
Yes.
it's not serious. Yes. So after I have watched it for the first time, I was thinking, if the guy is like 21 or 22, and he really goes out in the company of Ukrainian friends.
I don't think that he's 21 or 22 because he is
a pilot.
Pilot, yes, he can't be so young, and it's not as easy as you just walk around the city and hey, this is me.
It's not even easy for Ukrainian guys because we do some local matchmaking and they tell that it is quite difficult to get acquainted right in the street. Like
Yes.
10 years ago it was easier, but I can assume that they went out to some clubs, and Ukrainian men, they know that girls in clubs, they are not girlfriend material. So yes, you can meet someone to have drinks and to have fun, but this won't be the ladies whom you will introduce to your mom, trust me.
Yes.
So this is not realistic.
Not just to Ukraine, of course, but to Eastern Europe. I mean, Ukraine, Belarus, the Baltic countries, you know, Hungary, you know, in all these countries, see, the countries that are not Western Europe or the United States and Canada, right? See, things are very, very different insofar as the sexual marketplace is concerned. Things are radically different.
Later on in this video, he would be telling a lot that Baltic countries, Belarus, Ukraine, Hungary, Russia, guys, you can't claim that all these countries are the same, and the culture in Poland and Hungary would be really different from culture in Belarus. True. And girls in Kiev would be really different from girls, let's say, in Nikolaev or in Zaporozhye. So you can't claim that Minsk and Hungary, that they are the same. So literally he tries to claim that all Eastern Europe is alike. It's not so. It's like claiming that all English-speaking countries like Canada, United States, Australia, and UK are so much alike. No, not the case.
The United States, the Western democracies, they're in a decadent phase, right? They're in a decadent phase, and the sexual marketplace is completely skewed against normal, wholesome, decent guys. Yeah, because what's happening is that since the sexual marketplace has become completely deregulated in the Western democracies, you have 80% of the women chasing the top 15, 20% of the guys. And the other 80, 85% of the guys are left with nothing. The girls are chasing after, the Instagram boys, guys who are superficially handsome, superficially attractive, but who don't have anything insofar as long-term virtues. You see what I'm saying?
Do you want to comment on superficially handsome guys?
Yes, I can say that ladies who are in their early 20s,
late teens as well.
Yes, they pay attention on your looks. That's true. And they will choose this Instagram boy, maybe. But ladies in their late 20s, they won't choose you as your Instagram boy, or you are not an Instagram boy.
I want to add that not all ladies, even in their 30s and 40s, would be that perceptive about personality and would avoid the looks. There are like many ladies who are like as visual as gentlemen are.
Yes.
And pretty often, which problem I see here, the gentleman, I don't know his name, I like how the video is made, so he's changing records and the quality is really good, so well done. He claims that ladies in the West are too obsessed with the looks of the gentleman and what the gentleman
I can't
can
comment
do.
it. I don't know
what the gentleman can do for a lady, and in Ukraine, ladies are not like that. So
I think we less.
I see a problem here. I will explain to you. If the gentleman who, I hate this reference that people are a 5 or 6 or a 7, but we are speaking about the US right now, and many US gentlemen say that, oh, like she's an 8 or she's a 7. A guy who is a 5 himself in the United States, so which means, like he has described, he is not traditionally handsome, traditionally good looking, but he is a decent guy. Here, this guy doesn't want to date a plain Jane or just a normally beautiful Ukrainian girl. And a Ukrainian girl who by Ukrainian standards is a 5 would be at least 8 in the United States. And we both have been to the US, so we know what we are talking about. So the problem is that these guys, they want to date someone who is a 10 by Ukrainian standards. A lady who is
even 11.
Who is an Instagram beauty model queen, etc. And such videos like this one, they create this illusion that I can go to Ukraine and I can increase the bar and increase my demands. And this is not the case. Ladies who are extremely beautiful, even by Ukrainian standards, they know that they can choose among the best guys, and they won't pay attention on the guy who is like an average Joe. So it is important to keep in mind that yes, you can date probably younger and beautiful in Ukraine, but you won't date a beauty queen if you don't have the looks of, I don't know, Brad Pitt? I was thinking about other actor who plays in Thor. Katerina like him. Chris Hemsworth. Also, another point that I wanted to make, the gentleman claims that in the United States, ladies have forgotten how to be ladies. They're not beautiful anymore, they're not wearing high heels, etc. In New York, there are plenty of beautiful ladies. And the biggest difference that I have noticed, there are plenty of older beautiful ladies in their 60s, 70s, 80s. I remember in Manhattan, I went to the restaurant for lunch, and there were like 3 friends literally in their 80s, and one of them, her hands were trembling, but she was applying lipstick to her lips. So like they look like gorgeous. In Ukraine, you won't see such ladies, because people who are in their 80s, 90s, 70s, they do not go out. You won't see like the restaurant filled with beautiful ladies of that age. But regarding younger girls, yes, in Ukraine it's like the Candyland. I remember going to the conference in Las Vegas, and I have seen ladies, they were wearing like crowns, this bow telling that she has just turned 21 or 25, or she's a bride to be. And I was like so surprised, and guys were paying attention on those ladies because they were nicely dressed, their hair was done, makeup was done. In Ukraine, a girl like that won't be that popular, but by American standards, they were like really hot. So really, each time I return back home to Ukraine from the States and see ladies in the streets, it's like Candyland. So I have to agree with the gentleman that yes, in Ukraine you will see plenty of beautiful ladies, but this doesn't mean that all of them are willing to date somebody foreign and somebody twice their age.
Very easy, and it's something quite obvious, and Peter and I discussed it, as a matter of fact. See, these women, they act like women. They are feminine, they are solicitous, they are interested in men. They are not interested in casual hookups and one-night stands, no matter what the people in the Western democracies might say, right? Girls here in Ukraine, yeah, they want to find a guy. They want to find a guy to have a family. And they're thinking this when they're young, when they're 21, 22. Yeah, a lot of these girls go to university to find a husband. That's the point.
That's true. We really want to build a family, and I don't know Ukrainian ladies who are really interested in one-night stands. That's true.
I have to agree with him. It's a cultural sin. I would say that it depends on the society, and in our culture, ladies still care about their reputation, and it will matter to a girl that her neighbors, her friends, her family do not see her with different guys, do not see her returning in the morning wearing the clothes she wore the night before. But I have to strongly disagree that girls who are 20, 21 want to have a family and to get married, especially girls who are in the university. Girls enter the university to get the education and to try to get the career. Girls who do not enter the universities, usually girls from small towns, small villages, yes, they do get married, but they marry boys from the same village with whom she went to school with.
I can say that this guy, he's telling that ladies go to the university not to get education, but to get married. That's not true, because for us, it's really important to have a good education, to have a good job, to have some professional realization, and it's not just I go to the university to meet someone and to get married. That's not true. Of course, a lot of ladies, that's true, they can get married during the university, but it just happened with them. It's not their goal to get acquainted and to marry someone. A lot of ladies that I communicate with now as a psychologist, I can say that they not think about marriage until 25 at all.
By the way, the average age in which ladies, official statistic, get married in Ukraine has increased to 26.
Yes,
and you have to keep in mind that in villages they marry at 18, so it influences the statistic.
Under this age, they think about career, they think about some occupation,
college, about university.
Not about marriage at all.
They don't want to work. They want to have babies, and they want to have a happy life. A happy life with an objective, the objective being to raise a family where she can find satisfaction, which is exactly what so many guys in the West, presumably, maybe even you, that's what the guys in the West want. But the Western women don't want that.
Who doesn't want to have a happy life?
Everybody wants to have a happy life, but at 22 to have a baby, like guys, I can tell that I had my daughter, she's 6 months old, and I recently had her, and it was a baby boom among my friends. And my friends are pretty much self-employed or they have careers, so they had their first baby after they have turned 30, 31, 32, like this year. At least 7 of my acquaintances had babies. First kid when they are 31 and they are officially married. So that's such a huge cliche that by 21 or 22 a girl wants to have a baby. Of course, I have already shared this story in another video, like in the village next to the lake where I like to go spend vacation. A girl, she's 18, she got married and she got her daughter. And the lady who works there is a small hotel. She's 55 and now she has her great-grandchild. But you know what? Like those people, they never actually leave that village. They don't even travel to Kharkov, which is a 1-hour drive from that village. So they would never ever date somebody foreign, and they don't understand what I'm doing for a living. So I can't explain to them that I'm matching singles locally in Ukraine or internationally.
I can say that even in the villages nowadays it's a rare situation when lady in her 18 or 19 or even 21 she got her baby. That's not typical situation.
That girl is 18, the boy is 23, and they consider him like really old. Yes, so they have such a big age gap. So by filming videos like that, many guys have this strong stereotype about Ukraine that a gentleman who is like 35 or 45 can travel to Ukraine and marry a girl who is 19 in the university, a virgin who wants to have his babies. That won't happen. That's so not true.
That's quite obvious. Move to Eastern Europe. I mean, like, I'm in touch with a lot of young guys in the West, and I've been telling them that the smart thing to do is learn Russian, and Russian is the lingua franca of Eastern Europe. Come out to Ukraine or Belarus or wherever. Stay at some Airbnb. I mean, it's dirt cheap. It's like $15 a night, for crying out loud. Come out here and explore it. Yeah. It is so cheap to travel. It is so cheap to find a place to stay in Eastern Europe. Why wouldn't you?
Okay, I have to comment that. So he literally said that the cheapest hotel is around $15, and for like $40 you get like the most expensive, the luxury hotel. Guys, if you really like hate air conditioning, if you don't want hot water, and if you don't mind sharing like a room in the hostel with other backpackers, probably you can find something for $15 in, let's say, Kiev, Odessa, Kharkov and Lviv, which I really doubt. You can still go to like Poltava maybe, Nikolaev, Zaporozhye, I don't know, Kremenchuk, some small towns. But still, such videos, they send this image that you can bring $100 and be a king. That's not going to happen, because guys travel to Kiev, they go to the restaurant, and then they say that, oh, I was scammed because the dinner costed $200. But that's like prices in Kiev. In Odessa, there is a steakhouse, and a nice steak there costs $100 per steak, like in New York. And if you will add a bottle of wine, some side dishes, some salads, the dinner there can cost you $500. That's not a cheap place, but that's a place where girls who are tan, by American standard, Instagram models, will go with their Ukrainian admirers. So when people film videos like that, yes, you can travel like really cheap here if you will go to small towns, if you will eat in McDonald's probably. By the way, McDonald's here is more expensive than in the United States. Then this would be the case. But if you will take a lady to a decent place, there was a funny story that I wanted to share with you really quickly. A friend of mine, she's a lawyer, she lives in Kiev, and she's in her middle 30s. She's divorced, has a daughter, and she has met a guy on a free dating site, a gentleman from Western Europe, from Germany, and they were like texting back and forth for a few weeks, and then he has told her that he is flying to Kiev on a conference, and he has suggested to meet. He told her that, oh, I don't know Kiev, so choose something nice, I'm asking you out on dinner. So she has chosen her favorite restaurant where she goes on special occasions, not every day, but to celebrate something, to meet friends. And the problem has occurred when the bill has arrived. The gentleman was really surprised that the bill was about $250, which for Kiev is not that much. They each had a hot dish. They had about a glass or maybe 2 glasses of wine, not the bottle, some desserts and some snacks. And the gentleman later on has texted her like a really angry message that she has scammed him. That lady said that he has suggested himself for me to pick the restaurant. I have picked it, and now he is accusing me in scam. And also, while they were having dinner, he has noted that she has a very expensive purse. and for her 35th birthday, she has decided to buy herself a Chanel purse. She's a lawyer, she can afford that, she didn't ask anybody to buy her that purse, she didn't kill anyone for it. So she just went and bought a purse that costed her $3,000. She doesn't do it every day, so it was like a big present. And when he saw that purse, he told her that, probably you have like many admirers, you have this, you have that. So when guys try to show Ukraine as a really poor country where all people are poor.
No, this is because she has education and she works.
Yes, she is a lawyer and she works like really a lot. So when you see information like this, try to Google more. Because there are different type of hotels, and if you will choose like a 5-star hotel, it won't cost you $50. Trust me. And we are not even speaking about Kiev right now. If you will choose something nice. Alesya, what is the price of this small, tiny hotel next to the restaurant that we like, Hotel 19?
I don't remember.
I think it's about $70 per night.
Yes.
And that's
100.
And that's like I would say it's not the best, but it's a good combination.
It's very cute.
It's very cute of quality and price.
Were I single, I would move to Belarus or Hungary or Ukraine or the Baltic republics and find a girl there, a nice, wholesome, healthy girl. A girl who has not fucked 100 guys before she finished college. A girl who is just, likely has done at least one porn. Yeah, because like, that's something that I'm starting to discover that I find shocking, that a lot of girls have done porn movies that are out there on the internet. And as if it were a rite of passage. It's fucking decadent, right? You don't see that in Eastern Europe. Oh no.
I'm shocked. I'm totally speechless because I can't imagine a situation when Ukrainian lady in her 20s being a student and she makes porno.
But he's talking about American girls.
I understand. I mean that for Ukraine it's
not common.
It's not common. It can be in Ukraine, fortunately.
Do you really think that in the United States, like I have many friends in the United States,
I
friends.
don't know.
I have never asked them, but now
I don't know, but I'm afraid to ask.
Maybe he's exaggerating a little. I hope he's exaggerating.
I don't know.
I don't know. I have never dated American ladies.
And about 100 lovers. That's
how many boys per night does that girl have to have?
That's a very big amount of lovers, and I can say that for Ukrainian ladies, I think during the whole her life she won't have 100 lovers.
I don't know anyone who would have so many lovers. I know that some men, they boast that they had so many women.
Men is a different situation.
But you have to cut it like
yes.
multiple times.
But for ladies,
no, that's not common.
I mean, a lot of these girls, they're fucking virgins. Yeah, they're virgins until they get married, and they're very adamant about it. Yeah, because they know the value of their sexuality, and they know how important having a family is going to be to them, and so that's what they want.
That's true.
I can't say that I totally agree with this information because, in my opinion, we are talking about ladies in their early 20s. When you are 21 or 22, ladies till this age, not all are virgin.
But many are.
I can say that I personally have a lot of friends, ladies, who have their husbands as the first man, sexual partner in their life, and that's true.
At what age did they get married?
About 20, 22, this age.
And the age of the husband?
The same.
So
the same age. 20 or 22, 23, this is very old. And but that's not the typical for Ukraine, because a lot of ladies, they have more sexual experience than one, for example, a guy and first sexual partner in their 20s. What I can say that for Ukrainian ladies, in my opinion, and I communicate with a lot of ladies, and that's they say this too, that they have a sexual relationship with that guy that about serious relationship. So if I think that we have a very serious relationship that may lead to marriage, I will have sex with them. But it's not about one night stand.
Yeah, as he has mentioned here several times, like hookups are not quite popular.
That's not about that. I love him. I have some very special relationships, and of course, in this situation, I will have some sexual relationship with this guy. But it's not that I'm virgin until I get married, because a lot of ladies in Ukraine in their 30s, they are not married. So you think they're virgin? I'm sorry.
There are many subcultures in Ukraine. For example, ladies from Armenia, from Georgia, from Azerbaijan. In these subcultures, ladies really get married as virgins, and they do get married really young, but they marry boys from the same culture. And usually these are like arranged marriages. And such ladies, they like really occasionally consider dating an outsider. And I'm not even speaking about a foreign gentleman who speaks another language. I'm speaking about somebody who lives in the same city. So here I have to agree that ladies in Ukraine are probably more virginal than ladies in the US.
Yes.
Because they start dating later.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to disagree that I have to disagree with this myth that all 19 years old virginal students are waiting here for American guys to travel and marry them and to have their babies. That's not the case.
It seems that Eastern European men are kind of like mama's boys. That's basically the problem. They're mama's boys and they are just not getting with it, okay? They are sort of like falling for the malaise that has afflicted a lot of Western men. Video games and porn, okay? The girls in Eastern Europe are a lot more serious than the boys. The boys here are exactly that. They're boys. They're not men, okay? They're very insecure. They very much want to comply with the society around them.
I have to comment that, like, how many Ukrainian guys have you met? Like, really? Ukrainian men are not go-getters? Like, have you seen the amount of businessmen, Ukrainian men that actually build business in the United States, in Israel, in UK, in Europe?
I have one question. So, men in Europe or in United States, they don't watch porno?
That caught your attention, and I was quite surprised with his attitude that ladies are go-getters. No, it's actually quite in our culture for the lady to be willing to be behind her man. So for many ladies in Ukraine, the perfect scenario is the guy is working, he's delivering mammoth to the table, yes, and she's beautiful, she's at home, she has beautiful kids, she's taking care of her husband, and it happens not only in wealthy families. I know many families where, for example, the second source of income would be like really helpful if the lady would go and have a job. But guys prefer ladies to stay at home. So I would say that Ukrainian men, especially those businessmen who have built their business in 90s, yes, I have right now like big enterprises. You claim that they are too afraid of authority? Like, hell no. They know that rules can be rewritten, that you can always find like the loophole to change the rules, that you don't have to play the rules. How many foreigners do you know that have successful business in Ukraine? Well, I know several who are passive investors, and the business is run by locals, by local Ukrainian men. I know very few successful business in Ukraine run by foreigners. Like every year there is a guy who texts us after watching our YouTube like, oh, Svetlana, I have this business idea, we will open a coffee shop in Ukraine. It will be like so successful.
Because there is no coffee shops in Ukraine.
Guys, we don't have Starbucks here, but I can tell from the very beginning that this guy has never traveled to Ukraine. We have so many coffee shops, we have chains of coffee shops, and by the way, if you will try coffee in Europe, in Eastern, in Western, and then in United States, you won't be able to drink coffee in the United States. It's like that bad. And I remember all conferences that I attend in the US, if there are like people from UK, from Germany, usually we drink tea because we can't drink American coffee. So you absolutely know nothing about Ukrainian guys. I'm married to a Ukrainian businessman and he has a huge circle of friends. And to tell that Ukrainian men are mama boys and they are reluctant to make decisions, guy, that's not the case. I can tell you that unfortunately, many Ukrainian men still have this mentality that the lady should be at home. Her place is not in the kitchen, but at home. In the bedroom, taking care of kids, looking beautiful, and he will take care of everything. So he is the provider. And for many men and for many ladies, this is a perfect scenario. But some Ukrainian ladies, they want to have like an opportunity to build a partnership relationship. Yes, so this is the reason some Ukrainian ladies consider international dating. Because they want to have a career, because they want to build a business. Not all of them, of course. The majority will prefer like the standard scenario.
See, I was talking to a Ukrainian friend who's an architect, right? I was talking to him and he was explaining the problem in Ukraine insofar as status, right? He was saying how he worked at this architecture firm and the lead architect was in charge of a bunch of, underlings, also architects, right? And the lead architect wanted to do something. And by doing it, it was going to make the building, well, essentially, the building would not have an entrance to the parking lot. The only way to get into the parking lot would be to go down the ramp of the parking lot, right? And you know what happened? None of his underlings, countermanded him. None of his underlings pointed out the mistake he was making, see? Because there was such, this fear of authority. It's beyond respect, it's a fear of authority. They were so frightened of his position that all of his underlings kept quiet. And they went ahead and they did the building. Yeah, they built the building whereby the underground parking was completely separate from the building on top. The elevators did not open on the 2 floors of parking. Yeah, because they were afraid of authority.
Guys, it's so not common, like that guy, the architect who had like the really big team that felt reluctant to point out on the problem. Well, he has some problems and I'm not sure he would be in the business for really long. Probably has some problems with self-esteem, I don't know. Why he is attracting such weak people into the team? That's so not common, like business is not done like that in Ukraine. If you had a chance to do business with Ukrainian men, well, they're tough, they're like strong. In the majority of cases, they're like real men. And this is why there is this stereotype about Russian mafia, right? And about tough Russian guys. People take it from real life. So I don't know about your friend, that's so not common. And we have plenty of nice buildings, we have plenty of really talented architects that work not only in Ukraine but also work abroad.
This video, right, I checked up on Airbnb, and like I said before, a place to stay in just about any Eastern European city costs, the cheapest ones run about $20. The most expensive ones run $60 per night, right? And if you get it for like a month, you can get a deal. I mean, this is cheap here, okay? It's not that expensive to be here. Living prices, when you are actually here in Ukraine, for one guy, $1,000 a month, you live like a king. Yeah, you live extremely well for just $1,000 a month, right? Now, of course, wages here are very low, but if you're a go-getting young man and you got a little bit of capital, you can come out here and build a business. You can do something for yourself, right? You can make something in a way that in the Western democracies you cannot.
I really like the idea that foreign investors will travel to Ukraine, will open something new, will invest money. But guys, the mentality is really different and the laws are very different, traditions are very different. It won't be enough just to learn the language. So yes, it would be nice to actually travel and live here. But if you think that you will travel here and you will open a coffee shop and earn
just
yourself...
like that.
lots of money because we don't have coffee shops, or you will imagine you will create some unusual business, like I don't know, bike
gym. Our client wanted to open gym.
We have so many gyms, and they are like the equipment there is like way better than in many gyms in the United States. And if we are speaking about beauty section, about beauty salons, they are so much better than in Europe. So there are business opportunities in every country, but it depends more how gifted you are as a business person. So I believe there are like Mark Zuckerbergs and Elon Musks in each culture, in each country, but they are exceptional. So Alesya, our beautiful professional psychologist in a beautiful new dress with beautiful hearts on your nails. And I like this American tradition to give lots of compliments to ladies. What is your opinion about this video? Did you enjoy watching it?
Yes, I enjoy because it's how other people see us, our country, our culture, and sometimes it's funny, very funny. Sometimes it's so not true.
I think that this is the problem with many guys who are married to Ukrainian women. They claim to know everything about the culture. Many guys forget that, for example, his wife, when she married the gentleman, she came from a very certain type of family. She had a very certain type of circle of friends. So her vision would be quite limited.
I can say that I live in Ukraine for my whole life, and I can't say for sure that I know how it is, because every family has their own history, their own some cultural aspects and traditions, and what works for one family won't work for other.
But you meet so many people, so you can judge based on your experience. So I see it with many couples, many international couples. Do you remember this gentleman? He was 35 when he married his wife. She was 17, and they have decided to start a dating service. And he came to our office. He wanted to do it together. We have decided not to do it together because our vision was quite different. And in his mind, all 17 years old ladies were quite adamant in their belief that they have to get married, like in 17.
But that's not true at all.
That's like so exceptional. So I like how the video was made. I like the points that he has brought up. I'm not sure that all American women have been filmed in porno.
I'm shocked about this.
I don't know why he was using the word porno at least 3 times in the video.
Maybe because this is very important for them. I don't know.
I don't think I have watched another blogger who used it so many times. Anyway, it is good that he is sharing his thoughts about Ukrainian culture. Not all of them are true. Some of them were quite entertaining. I hope to see more videos like that. And I don't know your name. I'm sorry for that. I hope that you are not offended with our comments. We have just shared our opinion, and we love your beard. It's like it's very cute. So I hope it was useful, and I hope you have liked this format. Let's make a heart. Alesya and Svetlana from Diolli.com with love.